Just just went through my emails a while ago. Let me say good afternoon to some people who would have messaged me. I didn't get a chance to see some of your messages, but for some people who would have messaged me while we were playing the music and encouraging the nation. So let me say good afternoon to Patricia. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to Mr. O'Connor from Princestown, and thank you very much. And also, I just got an email also from the TTPS. All right, and in the email, it says, pastor charged for breaking public health regulations. Pastor Doughty, who was in San Fernando on Sunday with his members on the promenade, was charged for breaking public health regulations. So coming up in the next few minutes, we're going to have an update, a COVID-19 update. And when I come back, I'm going to continue to lift your spirits a little bit, help you to focus a little more on encourage you to just believe that God is in control and that He is the one that is going to continue to do what He has to do. All right, so again, let me say good morning to Patricia Kelly. All right, thank you very much for being on the Street 919 FM. And how I'm looking is because I haven't been able to go to the barber. So those of you who are looking at me on the live, I'm looking very scrappy, because I haven't been able to visit the barber as yet. When I do get a chance to go to the barber, that's after the lockdown, because I'm not going to be any pastor who could be making news breaking any COVID-19 regulations to look sharp. I know I have a friend who's listening. She's always saying $1 million barber. So I'm not going to break any COVID-19 regulations to go by my $1 million barber. All right? I'm going to abide by the laws. All right, I'm not going to make news like Apostle Doughty, So it's unfortunate though, having a mandate from God. You can have a mandate from God, but it's to do it the way God wants you to do it and to do it the right way. So just waiting for the COVID-19 countdown to come up. And after that, we're going to go back we're going to have a nice little discussion today, open up the phone lines and hear from you. This is an interactive radio station where we interact with our listeners a whole lot via YouTube, Facebook, WhatsApp. We're going to include Instagram in a short bit, and also Zoom and everything that you can think about that is interactive in this time. We're gonna be a part of that. Radio you can watch. All right, first radio you can watch in TNT, the Street 919 FM. All right, we are getting better and better at what we do, and we appreciate you most of all for being our biggest support, our listeners. So we're going for a COVID-19 update and come right back.
This is the Street 919 FM COVID-19 updates. In case you missed it, the latest COVID positive cases in TNT as of May 18th, 2021 stands at new positive cases 601. Total active cases 6,318. Total recovered patients 10,515. Total positive cases for COVID-19 as of March 2020 to present 17,150. Follow the Ministry of Health COVID-19 protocols. Wear your mask, sanitize, social distance, and avoid gatherings. A message from the Street 919 FM.
All right, so you just heard it, and I hope that you took the advice that I was given. Please, wear your mask, social distance, and most of all, make sure that you are doing the right thing, which is to, make sure you wash your hands, and most of all, somebody was saying, I think one of the callers who could have called earlier on said something that I think is really important. Keep your surroundings clean now. Some of you, need to keep your surroundings clean, do the right thing, keep your surroundings clean. I think that's first and foremost that I wanted to share also. All right, so share the live and come on Facebook and let's talk a little bit. Now, yesterday I would have called in on Aisha's show and we would have talked about, I showed Aisha what was happening in San Fernando. People are gathering by this grocery, and that's right up on the top of High Street. People are gathering by this grocery to buy alcohol and drink and smoke and lime. It's really bad. If you all had looked at the video call yesterday, you'd have seen it looked really, really bad. It was real bad in the sense that, and it's not like it's the first time it happened. It is something that is happening every day. Every day. There was a discussion happening also where taxi drivers. So a suggestion was made on the taxi stand. Normally what happens is taxi drivers would huddle together, or not just huddle together, but they would be soliciting passengers. So a taxi driver will hustle a passenger above another taxi driver. But a passenger would have made a suggestion to the taxi drivers. Why don't you all sit in your car and allow one taxi driver at a time to full their vehicle? The taxi driver said, you know how long we will have to wait here before we full? So I want you to listen to the suggestion the person made. The person said to the taxi driver, hear what? If all of you sit in your vehicle now, that is what happens in the UK. In London, you come out of a train station and there's a taxi driver, there's a taxi service, but the taxi drivers don't come out of their car. The taxi drivers sit in their car and you will go into the vehicle. So the suggestion was made to the taxi drivers. Hear what? Sit in your cars and allow passengers to come into your car and you go. Instead of you all are just huddling, you all are just gathering in groups, all right? And making it, it's difficult. But taxi driver said that can't happen because everybody has to hustle. And, but I want to hear your views on that.
Yes.
Hello, good morning. Good afternoon, sorry.
And to the listeners and to the nation. Yeah, first to begin with, Papaji, touting is illegal. Touting is illegal. That's what you're speaking about is touting. Actually, that's what it just, the suggestion just described there is the rule of thumb. It's the rule because a traffic warden and a police officer could literally caution you, and I think they could give you a ticket for being outside the vehicle and touting passengers. And from the passenger, the fare perspective, from the perspective of a traveler, touting is very annoying, brother. Some of them, they car parking south and they're hustling people in sour. That has annoyed the living daylights out of me. And it is illegal. That does annoy me. And it should annoy the public because they're not supposed to do that. So let them learn, let all their children teach all the technology and put on all their phone in all their cars and all they have Zoom line. You know, all their line and Zoom and talk about who come in and watch out that passenger looking there and blah.
I hear you, man.
No, learn the technology. That's a little thing they do, you know. All of them sit down in their car and they have a little Zoom while they're talking and waiting for passengers and cool it and let us all be examples about the place. And anyway, touting is illegal, brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. All right. So the caller is saying that touting is illegal. But I'm sure most of you who travel have been bombarded by taxi drivers who want you to go with them. I'm sure about that. Very sure. Very, very sure about that. I'm going to continue to take your calls. Hello, good afternoon.
Pastor Google,
Good afternoon.
did you get a video of a soldier getting on radical?
I got that video. I don't want to show that video because of several reasons. The obscene language in it. It is not in my community, but the community that is happening in is not too far from where I live. And I'm trying to I'm trying to get the real, I ain't getting the real reasoning, man. Why he behaving like that.
All right. Point taken.
And I would say, and I did say it, right? My concern is that he is a member, or it is said, I'm going to put it this way. It is said that he is a member of the Defense Force. It is alleged
Yes.
that he's a member. If that is true, then worse yet. I don't know nobody in the Defense Force to send that video to, but it was a police officer that sent it to, you know who. But, no, you laugh. If that is true,
Well, I like how you put it across.
if that is true, then we have some real. No, not only that video with the gentleman from that community that really worried me. No, it's another video too of a soldier. I could say it because it was a soldier in his uniform doing a live,
Yes.
telling people, all right, I told you, midnight coming,
Yes.
and if only outside, what they will do.
Yes.
No, that is. I don't, some people don't like it when I say the word frightening. I wouldn't say frightening, but that is concerning. That something is wrong with that.
Pastor Google, let me leave that there.
All right. So something is and that is. If I could get onto somebody from the Defense Force to talk to about that, I would gladly talk to them. I think that is something to look at. Is it that members of the Defense Force need to go for some psychiatric something? By who's that one? Hello, good afternoon.
That one maybe.
Huh?
But I said that one maybe.
Which one?
The one who put the post up to tell you, look out, we coming.
Yeah, something wrong with he.
Yeah.
Something is wrong with that guy.
He have a vengeance against some members in his community, or maybe somebody interfere with the girlfriend. So he coming out for the public.
But then the one from South, the one from South is concerning too. Is worrying too.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, hey, I will send it for you.
The gentleman, I would call the Generation Z. The man who called before leave it there, because leave it there called to change the conversation. The conversation was about taxi drivers touting.
Yeah. What? Okay. So the suggestion that was made to the taxi drivers is that you all sit in your car because of the pandemic that we in now, the situation that we in now. Sit in your car and allow passengers to come to your car.
But that is how it is supposed to be legally. If you go for your taxi badge, the taxi regulation, because going for a taxi badge is different than going for a license. When I have a license, you have a taxi driver, they have PH drivers. We have a taxi badge. So there's a taxi regulation in which you follow. Taxi regulations, the state, no short pants, no slippers. You have to be properly attired. And when you get to the taxi stand, there's a system in which the taxi stand, just like England. The first in line goes. But the choice is up to the passenger. You are not to convince the passenger to who car to get in. But the first in line, that is how it goes. But in Trinidad and Tobago, we get lawless. Go Curep. And according to the man, the taxi in Curep, you know, but they're all the way by the hospital in Mount Hope hustling.
Hey, you know some...
Generation Z, because he came up with an idea for them. Sit down in all their car because they have all kind of thing in them 7-seater now that I help them get there. So they could sit in the car and zoom one another. That's that Generation Z.
So you're going with the suggestion that the caller made for them.
But that is the way it's supposed to go.
Right.
And here what's going on. You don't know who you contact in your car to come to talk to me for me to carry home or give other passengers in the car. So let's keep the social distancing and do what the law requires.
Hear this now. You know, someone sent me a message just now. I think he's a serviceman, right? He said to me, just for something to consider, right? Mm-hmm. The gentleman that we saw in the uniform who would have made the statement, right? Mm-hmm. Remember, there are people out there with soldier uniforms who are not soldiers, eh?
Yeah.
So he was saying that might be the case with that individual. The possibility exists.
For how long that has been out?
I don't know.
Well, right now, I guess the defense force should have been defending themselves.
Of course.
That shouldn't make 3 hours without the defense force this morning defending themselves.
Beautiful, and I totally agree. And I think that's why I was saying. That is why I was saying a while ago. If I had a number,
along the line in national security is not watching our internet.
Yeah, and I was saying that's why I made the suggestion that if I had a number for someone in the military, I'd have called them and asked them what is their take on that.
Somebody should hear us by now.
Yeah, man.
Enjoy.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So we're looking at suggestions. Hello, good afternoon.
Pastor Google.
Hey, I'm going to start to record you, When you call on a radio station, the first thing you just say is share the live.
Share the live. The city, good bondong.
Hello. Hello, I don't know what you're talking about. I playing gospel music. What are you talking about?
When I looked at that, what you sent for Aisha yesterday, this is in the heart of San Fernando. That is right by the dial there, am I right?
Hello, I didn't send nothing, Aisha, and I did a live video call.
Yes. Because I was looking at it. And Pastor Google, hear me. This is in the city,
In the city.
Because they're getting Port of Spain cars there. They're getting Curab cars. They're getting all the transportation right there. Pastor Google, you had me thinking after. Pastor Google, you don't realize we just don't care nothing. You understand me? And I'll tell you again, and I'll keep saying again, Pastor Google, this thing gonna get worse. I saw this morning, and also I think they held about 3 or 4 maxi taxis, the red man. You understand me? I don't know. Apparently they were out on the street before the 5 o'clock. You understand me? That is to tell you how we just don't care. We just want to do what we want to do and leave us alone. Pastor Google, what else we could say to the people trying to be go? It's not children we're speaking to, it's adults. Right? It's adults. And if they don't want to listen, Pastor Google, what happens? You understand me? I tell them again and again, the SOE is a serious thing, It's a very serious thing. Our rights taken away right now. So let it continue to do whatever rubbish you want to do. Let it.
Mommy, while you're saying that, you're hearing where the MSG is saying that they want the Attorney General to make some amendments to the SOE because they want the Attorney General to take away the right from the Commissioner of Police to adjust the time, and they also want him to take away the rights from the Commissioner to do something else. I was...
Pastor Google,
Uh-huh.
all these union members, you know why when them right now on Ward 27 in St. Anne? You hear me? You there, Pastor Google?
I listening to you, mommy.
You're breathing.
No, you see, I listening to you because when you're making your point on another radio station, before you say anything, you say share the live.
Yes, I share the live right now. Pastor Google, you wouldn't believe. I'm a favorite, Pastor Google. Pastor Google, when I don't come out on that radio station on a Saturday morning, it's call from me or call from me and what's not, You understand me, Pastor Google? I'm a favorite, You understand me? What I am concerned about, my country.
I am too.
Country.
I am too.
Pastor Google?
I am also, and I think I think what I would do, and if Aisha allows it, every afternoon, let's see if it's being addressed. Let's show it up. Let's see if it's being addressed. Let's see if the police officers, let's see if people are taking heed to what's going on. Every afternoon from now on, Aisha and I, we go live. Let me be the undercover reporter.
Just like how Aisha went in the gas station and she discovered she saw this person who she knows very well. You understand me? And reporting, people need to know, you understand me? Pastor Google, all I can say to the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Rowley, you go at it. We, the people of the Martin West, will continue to support you, Dr. Rowley. I know you are a strong person. I've known you good years. And I know you are a strong person.
Mommy, how much can, you see, while I hear you and I understand, and I too encourages the Prime Minister to go on. And this morning on the water taxi, you'd have heard, I heard members of people who traveling on the water taxi saying, the Minister of Health boy, oh gosh, this man, they're giving him real kudos. Mommy, at the end of the day, when all is said and done, right? I want you to remember this, People don't remember the good that you do, No, all the good you do, people don't remember, People, if you do one bad thing, people will remember that.
Yeah, Pastor Google, is at the time that the minister fell out to be, he was at the airport this morning to receive.
What time that was, Mommy? What time that was?
After 1.
Okay.
And he could have been bed, Pastor Google.
Mommy, and what people saying? What people are saying? People asking them to take a pay cut. People telling them give up your all your thing. Just work for free.
And Pastor Google, the military would have been out there with him to receive that. You know that, right?
Yeah.
You know that. So, Pastor Google, what else could... I'm speaking there, my pause is just raising. I don't know what again to say to the people of Trinidad and Tobago, Pastor Google. I do not know. I don't know if they're looking for it to come worse. Pastor Google, every day we have, every other day, somebody passing away.
Someone just sent me a message here on Facebook. I think it was on YouTube, where we have already had for the time for this time alone, how much debts we have already. Somebody sent it just now.
Something, Pastor Google.
No, we're talking about today, the numbers done. All right, somebody saying we we have 6 deaths already for now. This time here now, we already have 6 deaths.
Pastor Google, what we can do again is adults with the limit. It's adults, Pastor Google. I don't know what they want again. I'm telling you, this is not about Keith Christopher Rowley. This is not about Keith Christopher. This is not about the PNM. This is not about the PNM cabinet. It's about us, the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Pastor Google, you have a good one.
Same to you, Mommy. All right. I think I have another call holding. Sorry, call if I had you holding too long. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good evening to you, Pastor Google.
Hey, were you hiding? You're on quarantine out?
Yeah, I think, I know after I done talk closely program today, waiting all morning, since last week Wednesday, I'm calling to the quarantine last week Wednesday, I'm going to get in on the line. So, let me go fast. I think that the army investigating this thing.
Which one?
I think that
which one? The one with the fella who... It have 2 videos, Kingsley. It have one with a fella threatening to shoot people on the spot.
I see.
Who's that?
2 videos I see. 2 videos I see.
No, it have a next one with a fella from South.
The 2 videos, the one
One is when you home on the couch and in a car. Last night you were driving in the place looking for
Yeah.
Right. You were driving the place looking for you for a man and you talk about chop and chop.
Yeah. So the one with the man who stand up doing our live is the same fella.
Right, that is the same fella.
Nah, man. Well, they need to take it down.
Well, I think I'm now sending you. I think they with the army.
No, they had to take it up, and because I know seeing, I don't know if you ever see News Before News. There's a site called News Before News, and I seen the man in his uniform.
Yeah, a black ugly fella, and he got non rebel because like some man and girl and he telling people those stay in the community. Last night he passed in the community with the cutlash. You see, and that was late. Yeah? That's an episode. So he had to be some kind of part of the defense force or some police some way because he was outside late. With the cutlass in the van, with chuck whatever car he driving, telling the people on them, if I catch you outside, I hit them one in your head and chop it out, you bring him back, he's in a gun. But it seems that is the kind of woman or husband business pastor. Kingsley committed facts. Kingsley committed facts. That's why I love send you. Because Kingsley don't come back and I talk, you know. I don't call or more time and say, Shady Life, I'm back and I'm talking, I come with facts, I come with information. That is why today, nobody could sue Kingsley. Nobody could sue Kingsley. Nobody could put their hand and say, I learn, I know how to use my words. Nobody, wrongly, nobody could sue me in this country for calling them out. No one. And that is why today, Pastor Google, that is why when I come here on the Dominic program last time, and I said that Philip Alexander said he went to meet Mario Brown in a hotel, a bacchanal lady. I don't know who's the lady, but I know she's a bacchanal lady. That she like Dempsey and Daisy and Kinsey and Weensey and Weensey. I don't mean that. I come with my information to put on the table. And I'm going to send you the video, and I hope you could put that video, because that's my name. I have 5 pony programs. And I was telling Dominic what Philip said, that he went and meet Mario Brown in a hotel, and he said the first thing Mario Brown told him he don't like Rowley. I had the facts and I had the information. I really come on the airwave and say, I asked him questions, but yeah, I wouldn't come on the airwave and say so straight, because I know legal letter in what good. I love to sue too. I love to sue, and I'm going to sue. So because I know, right? Because I don't understand. I'm going to court and fight my death guns. We're going to court and fight your own case for yourself. Because I know once I write, I'm going to take you to court. I'm going to take it down, right down with me. So I'm going to send you the video, Pastor Google, and I hope that you can play the video, because that bacchanal lady, I don't know who is she, but it's a bacchanal lady that just calling up. I don't talk to say what I say, but if we brought some days ago wasn't factually. So I sent the tape. I sent it to even the PNM minister or certain PNM people. I sent the tape to tell them, do not trust Philip. Don't go nowhere with Philip. Because I sent it to my leader one time. I see it second. I say, hey, I'm going to tell you, because they cannot trust that man. I'm not a PNM. I'm not trying to get back in the PNM. I'm a UNC. But there's a two-system party in this country. There is UNC or PNM. There will be no third force. There will be no partnership. Either if you vote for PNM or you vote for UNC. Choose one. But don't come and tell me, Kingsley, the king of the airwaves, he come out with this. I am here for the last 10 years, and I can get one switch that I call all the Oakland names. I say Oakland things, and I can't get sued. I can't get sued. Thank you very much.
Don't pray for it. Don't call it, eh? You might get it. If you call it, you might get it, you know. Don't call for it, brother. Next minute you call for it and you get it, you might be crying for somebody to help you get out of it, you know. All right? Remember the discussion we're having today, and I want to just reflect back on, or go and look at the discussion we were having, which is, discussion I'm having is, do you think that taxi drivers should sit in their vehicle and wait for passengers to come? Mr. Lever, there you gone? All right. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, Pastor. And while they said they could sanitize the car one time for the next group of upcoming passengers. And sanitize these passengers when they come in the vehicle to ensure their life. And it's half the volume they can. So even better you have to sit in the car. For the passengers, they never much of a choice, there's 2 passengers per car. So everybody go live. But anyhow, I called for that fella. They just, so he said nobody is suing yet. But he had to say, thank God. But this fella right in your mind? This fella, Kingsley, you right in your mind? Nobody in suing yet. So you come on. That, don't pray to that, my brother. Don't pray. Something I was saying again. One more point you make me, because I call Pastor Google and but when you ball on nobody in suing yet. Brother man, don't pray for nobody to sue you, because you might lose everything. And we self might have to come to bail you out because of the rhetoric that you spread.
You will bail him out. No, we, as the children say, you have mice in your pocket or we?
Yeah, because we.
I don't have money to bail out nobody, brother.
So you're on your own.
We are saying.
Yeah, look at that. Nobody. I was still willing to put up an empty pastime put in a hand, and who is me?
Now you go put it. Remember, you make this suggestion, no?
Yeah, because I mean, we're trying to change the brother's mindset with this conversation that he come there with. That Dominic, when you come to argue, is because you know why? Why you don't want that third force? That was my conversation. You don't want that third force because the third force is against the UNC presently now, Pastor Google. So if they shut up that man, because that man is making room, for political leader, he and all that in for political leader. So don't say the PNM, don't involve the PNM in that. The UNC has a problem with him, not the PNM. So you continue to talk. I think you're inclusive. I'll buy a box of chicken plate.
I hear you. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon, Mr. Tawakit.
Okay, let me go straight to your editorial, because I like to follow editorial.
Yes. So tell me what you think. What you think about that? That's it. Because after yesterday afternoon, when I would have done the live video call with Aisha, and we realized that taxi drivers and people are not social distancing. So the suggestion was made that people would sit in their vehicle, taxi drivers will sit in their vehicles and passengers will come to them, they'll sit and leave. So it will avoid the gathering and the different things. What do you think about that?
Okay, let's go there. First of all, it is law where a taxi driver is supposed to sit in his vehicle. They call that touting.
Yes, it's
There is a charge for that. If the police really doing their work, a taxi driver considered to be a chauffeur. Yeah?
Yes.
At all times, he's supposed to be dressed properly, sit in his vehicle, wait for the passenger to come to the vehicle. All what these taxi driver is doing out there, it's illegal. They call it touting. So it's the law. What now have to happen, since we have the state of emergency in place, the police should automatically kick in that law. And I make a clarion call via your program to the Commissioner of Police, which I know his officers listen to this program attentively.
Oh, Lord. Trying to get me in trouble. Go ahead.
No, when I say listen, all program you will have national security, have somebody listening.
Yes.
That is what I mean.
Yes.
Right? So since they have their people listening, which they listen to all radio programs, yeah, they must do that. And I am now saying, since touting is against the law, as long as you have a H and a taxi badge, you have, let's say you're flying San Fernando to Port of Spain, let's say they're on King's Wharf, well, they've got to wait till they're coming. When they reach in Port of Spain on Broadway, it's the same thing need to be applied. So here now, since that's the law, I am now calling on the Commissioner of Police. and licensing, and all those people who operate within that precinct send the police officers, they can be charged. Just before I leave, brother, you remember Monday, we were making a clarion call for the Ministry of National Security and the Commissioner of Police to step in to charge Doughty.
Yes.
Well, they would have charged him.
Yes.
Yes, they charged Doughty. He have to appear before the court.
Yes.
And that is what we're talking about.
Yes.
So
yes.
this is how they listen to the program.
Yes,
They
yes,
heard
yes.
the call, because I want to be honest and fair. I think, Pastor Google, you would have been one of the first hosts to
Yes.
start that call. Yeah, I remember distinctly. I call your program. I made the clarion call here. They listen to your program. And this is how they are listening. I am now calling on the Commissioner of Police. Touting is against the law. And as long as you have a taxi badge, you cannot call people in your vehicle. So since we have the pandemic, we have a state of emergency. Let the police who is walking along these taxi stands start to charge them. Let that law kick in. Pastor Google, thank you. Tabakit in the house.
Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Pastor Google, somebody calling the station a while ago, but they go sue and sue. It's a child, sue.
Share the live, share the live.
Yeah, share the live. Pastor Google, yes, at that corner.
Oh, yeah, you see?
Yes, at that corner, Pastor Google. There's red cars to stack up and call people. Yes. You know what I'm telling you about?
What he is saying,
they have it all over the place. What's that?
What he is saying is that, what the caller is referring to is that he's saying that Philip Alexander is alleging that he had a meeting with Mr. Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Well, Pastor Google, one of these things is just like the other, because who Philip Alexander fall on it right now? Who is fall on it right now?
Miss Bisessa?
All right, thank you. So if he says so, must be so, but we know it's not so. You understand me? We know it's not so. I'm telling you, Pastor Google, the city could go along with jamming still, because we're not serious. We're not serious at all, Pastor Google. Pastor Google, when you go in the market, right? You know, the market, the main market, and you go into there, you will see people have the little booth, something or whatnot. If you see a gentleman or a female outside selling and they're bowling $1 pound for potato, what it is they're doing?
Something.
Oh, all right, okay. That is what we're talking about, you understand me? So what I'm saying, yes, this thing been going on, and that's right by the dial there. Yes. Pastor Google, what can't we say to the people of Trinidad and Tobago again? I tell you, just we had to put all of them on War 27. War 27, they have to go, Pastor Google. Pastor Google, you have a good one.
Thank you very much, Mommy. Now, I want you to go on Facebook. I have a video I want to show. I want to show you this video. I'm showing you this video because I'll tell you why I'm showing you this video before I show the video. We have police officers losing their lives to COVID-19. Let me take this call. We have police officers. Hello, caller?
Pastor Google.
All right, just hold on 1 minute. I just want to say this, right? We have police officers losing their lives to COVID-19. We have how much about the saying it's alleged about 700 police officers or 100 police officers who contracted COVID-19. That's what is out there. I haven't been able to get the stats. I don't know the facts on that. But for one thing I know for sure is that every time I look at my phone and every time I go onto Facebook or somewhere, I'm seeing people sending out condolences to police officers' families police officers who have contracted COVID-19 and passed away. But I'm looking at how police officers are dealing with some members of the public. And I just want to say to them, even though you're doing your job, you have to still be aware that there is a pandemic out there, and the way you handle some people, You don't know who asymptomatic. You don't know. So when I look at some videos of how police officers are operating, I think they need to sit down, regroup, and think about how they're dealing with some people. I just want to say that. Hello, good afternoon. Go ahead, Mr. Leave it there.
Pastor Google, I cut the call just now because I doesn't like to break protocol when I realized you were speaking about taxi drivers.
Yes.
But I heard you mention something about people that forget the good things you do. Hence the reason why one day I asked Aisha the question, Pastor Google, if you do 5 good things in your community and you turn around and you do 5 negative things in your community, which one of those things the people in your community is going to judge you on? I asked Aisha the question, Aisha, Pastor Google, which one of those things the people in your community is going to judge you on? The good things you did or the negative things you did? Think about it. I will leave it here.
I hear you.
Cast your bread on the water, come sun or rain. Change attitude. What goes around comes around again.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Guru. I'm a taxi driver.
Talk to me.
Right. If the taxi driver sit down in his vehicle and the pickers passing, hey, what's the they don't have to be properly addressed. They don't go to inspect the vehicle. Nothing at all. We have to do all that. And Pika just passing. Hey, one boy, I want. You will sit down there until night. Next day, you will never see that person. Trust me on that.
Oh, gosh. I like you. Yeah, hello.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad you're calling. I like the perspective you're putting. So that means, are you saying then that police officers need to do their job then?
What's that?
So then the police need to come out and do their job.
Exactly. You cannot think the taxi driver remember their license, their permission to do the work.
Yeah.
And people have license. Who pays the thing?
You come good. You come good. You come good, Daddy. Daddy, you come good. You come good there. I like Daddy perspective. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Oh Lord, my smile at the drop here now.
Pastor Google, well, the thing wasn't sent, but the person got through. So everything in order. But thanks for the effort as well, brother. Pastor Google, that is the best contribution I ever heard from Tabakit in years.
Nah, don't say that.
What? Yeah, I'm telling you, I said Tabakit before you even calling on radio. That's the best contribution. But you see, you can't trust them because the money thing they love. So they could switch on you like a in drop of a dime.
Yo, why you have to go there? Why you have to go there?
It's the money thing with these UNC people, so they always flip
Oh, God. You hear the man say he's done with the politics thing? For now, we going for country.
Tabakit saying that since we's little boys in pajamas.
You see that? I don't know. I'm going. Call him back. Well, it's not easy, you know, boy. Well, it's not easy in the radio station at all, you know. And I think that is why You need to spend some money here to advertise. If you haven't yet started or you haven't thought about it, you need to.
Media fi check this. Carry that I got love on them check this. Them no longer live a reckless. So let them build back them just like a Tetris. You don't see what I want when you buy whole hand. And everybody link up. Them say no more, no ganja. Nobody sleep with the gun cup. Well, come on, show them what we can do. When showers link with bamboo. So we don't want no more around. Tell them man and link up with them. So now they can link on your man and back on link with Lance Nita. So things get nice again. Keep it so in Jesus' name. Tell everyone that carrying on. Hey, that was just to tell you where I'm from. I greet you all in the wonderful name of Jesus Christ, and I'll never apologize for that because that is who I stand for and who have me standing. So I'm here to tell you about, I must say thank God for IWER and having me here. But I just want to tell you about the real, what else call IWER, the big man in the business? I come to tell you about the real big man in the business. I got, I ain't good. Yeah, Jesus is the real big man in the business, you know that, right? Now go to it. Tell somebody to what I want. Say all around the world, yeah. I wanna tell somebody. Music from the mountain. Watch it. Cause Jesus Christ like my first aid kit. Him come with a plaster when my fall and the bandage when me trip. All when me backslide and slip. And Jesus and the spiritual rope that me take the tide. Cause I know that this world could be toxic. But Jesus Christ like my daily antibiotic. And when things looking up and I'm losing hope, Jesus Christ like the spiritual antidote. Him are the best medicine cabinet. I'm serving Jesus and him never fail me yet. Him like my smelling salt when sin get me upset. I'm serving Jesus and I got no regret. So boy, this message of Jesus I can keep to myself. It's not the medicine that I can keep on the shelf. I think I need to share it with the world. Share it with someone else. Tell somebody about Jesus. And that's what the world need to know. I want to tell somebody about Jesus. And that's the reason for boy. Tell somebody about Jesus. That's the only reason why I had to sing it. I like this part. How could I keep him to myself and stay quiet? Jesus keep my calm when people outside riot. Just want to encourage you what Jesus in your diet. Give Jesus a try and for sure you will inspired. Because I used to walk in sin but Jesus purged it. And now that sinful lifestyle now me get allergic. Be careful of the devil and his aesthetic. Cause you might fall asleep and not notice. Make me just tell somebody about Jesus. What's the next one?
This is Wayne Delamore, Head Consultant and Director of Natural Health Solution. With over 15 years of experience in clinical nutrition and microscopy, we specialize in early detection and prevention. We incorporate evidence-based nutrition and science-driven analysis. Tune in to our educational program every Wednesday at 9:05 to 9:55 a.m. right here on the street 91.9 FM. For appointments, call 222-2189 or 304-5816. At Natural Health Solutions, we offer a natural solution to healthy living.
Gives you more to love.
Dance
Thanks, Mom. It smells delicious. And it tastes even better.
As a mother, I love to see and hear the joy that comes from my cooking and baking. And thanks to Blue Band, I can spread that joy everywhere, even to my mother-in-law. Sherry, darling, this is... really tasty. Spread joy everywhere with Blue Band.
Len Capital Certificates is a passive income service company located at Princess Margaret Street in San Fernando and Fifth Street, South Woodbrook. At Len Capital, investing is made simple. You invest with us. We make the investments and then you collect returns either monthly or yearly. We have 5 different options you can choose from, and each investment option comes with different benefits starting from TT $5,000. For more information, contact 399-0307. Len Capital Certificates. It's all about you.
Had a lot of energy before taking the juice, right? Especially lime, the turmeric, and the ginger. Energy to burn, can't stop me at all with the energy. And then I had a real mucus problem of the head. All who went to nothing happening. And then another thing, the sugar level. Before, my sugar level is all 204, well, I ain't think. To my surprise, when I start checking it now, I see it gone to 117. I was shocked, So people, this thing is good,
Try U-Juice today. Available at leading supermarkets nationwide or order online at ujuiceroots.com for free delivery.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center of number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko in San Luis Grande is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guests on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Sundays, Ministry of Worship Children's Hour and the Word from 1 to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Wednesdays, we deal with current affairs from a biblical perspective from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit with us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org. Facebook, email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free will gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
At Health and Wealth Lifestyle, we offer a wide range of services: blood analysis, iridology, acupuncture, foot detox, foot massages, gua sha, hot stone therapy, fire therapy, legs and feet massage therapy, mineral scrubs, acrotherapy, cupping.
We also have a wide variety of supplements, silver, zinc and magnesium, body light, and lots more.
We at Health and Wealth Lifestyle operate our business in a clean, safe, and comfortable environment. We frequently sanitize our compound and abide by all the COVID guidelines that are currently in place.
So come on down to Health and Wealth Lifestyle, where we treat you like family. Book your appointment today. Call us at 1-868-275-8359.
Or 1-868-288-1108.
And remember, your health is your wealth.
And prevention is always better than medication.
Welcome to Dr. Lovely Bird Center for Herbal Solutions. Users of our Silver King branded product claim it's working for them. High definition eye drops dissolves cataract without surgery or bleeding. Double barrel, combination of L-arginine and lacitrine, heart and arteries cleaner, testosterone builder, hydrolyzed collagen for joint, colloidal silver immune system builder, bolus for leaky bladder, cold pressed avocado oil, beetroot energy supplement, ozonated olive oil gel, the ultimate antibiotic, flashback Stop for stress. Move free for stiff joint. Garlic extract. Provision for memory loss. Black seed oil. Prostate protocol and coffee enema kits now available. Contact Dr. Love at PTSD Terminal Mall, Quezes San Juan, Twin City Mall, San Fernando, and Pinal. Call us on 366-4058 or 478-9222. Check us out on WhatsApp, Facebook, and our website, www.drloversea.com.
Hey guys, it's Aisha Wells here. Listen up. If you're considering selling or renting your house in Trinidad and Tobago, then call Keelan George with O'Neill's Real Estate Group. He's a good friend of mine and he's been in the business for over 6 years. First, selling real estate in Atlanta, Georgia, and now right here in Trinidad and Tobago. He has a strategic online marketing presence that actually attracts thousands of home buyers and renters. Plus, with his home selling advice and techniques, he's getting homes sold really fast. Keelan will actually guarantee you sell your home or, get this, you can cancel the listing agreement and pay nothing at any time. That's right, you heard me, nothing at any time. Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, people. Check out www.o'neillrealestateTT.com. O'Neill is spelled O-N-E-I-L, or just call Keelan direct at 363-4030. That's 363-4030.
This is Bishop Aaron Williams from the Divine Problem Solving International Ministries, inviting you to be part of our broadcast on any given Thursday night from 12 midnight right on to 5 a.m. on Friday morning. And this broadcast is called Early Morning Gospel Market Program. Then we have on Tuesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. the Holy Ghost Gospel Pharmacy. If you are sick and ill and you could get from this particular pharmacy, from the pharmacist, the good things of life. Hallelujah. And any Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, break into the host of the Philistines. Hallelujah. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, hearing the babel of false doctrines that you encounter daily, it's about time you get close to God, God's word, direct from his throne room, in the name of Jesus.
God has good plans for his people. Why do you worry so much?
Now there's a new way to pay your electricity bill.
Quick pay your bills today. Quick pay, it's a whole new way. Online, pay your bill one time. Yes, there is a whole new way to quick pay for your electricity. Yes, they made it easy. Just enter your account number. 4 clicks and it's over.
Introducing Quick Pay, a new service from the Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission that lets you pay your bill online with your credit or Visa debit chip card. Just enter the account number and contact information. Click Pay and you're done.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Pilam belem bilem libem bedem lavadam dedai. What is wrong with this world we live in today? I say, so much people going astray on the Broadway. Idleness and pleasure seeking having sway on the minds today, as though people forget to pray. I see children being left alone without parental direction. After school alone, at home, in front of the television. In Sesame Street is the example they must follow. Is a froggy baby mentality gonna rule us tomorrow? You see, when you train a child how to go, when they get old, they're moving so. When you're too young and you're bending too long, it's hard to straighten when it's old. When it strong. Listen to me, change your attitude. Turn your whole life around. Come, change your attitude. The best time to start is when you are young. I said,
That's what we want people in Trinidad and Tobago to do. Change their attitude. Change your attitude towards what's going on right now with COVID-19. Change your attitude. So join me on Facebook. I have a video I want to show you. I'm my last and final hour with you right here on the Street 919 FM. And you can join me on Facebook, join me on YouTube, share the live, share the live, share the live. And I said to you a while ago that I would really like for the police officers out there to change their attitude. For some of the officers out there need to change their attitude in the way they respond and they interact with the public, because we are in a pandemic and you don't know who is asymptomatic. And while you are out there, might be all right, doing your job, but some of you need to think again the way you deal with people, the way you interact with people. So that is one discussion we were having. The other discussion we were having before I went for the break is, and Daddy would have called in. I just call him Daddy out of respect. A caller would have called in and he would have shared his view on taxi drivers sitting and waiting for passengers to fill their cars. He's saying that is sounding good. It might look good. It might sound good. It might be the legal thing to do. But the reality of it is, Pastor Google, when a PH man pass and say, "Want to go," that is it for you. You know? You ain't getting that passenger again. And Daddy made a good point. And that's why I was saying to Daddy, that is where our police officers need to, beef up on the way they patrol and how they do what they have to do. Where I live, there isn't any taxi stand per se. Taxi drivers, they just drive through San Fernando, and if they do see a passenger, they pick them up. But we're talking about like for other stands like Shogunas, Curep, Port of Spain, Marabella. I could just talk for San Fernando. I don't know about anywhere else. So the suggestion was made that taxi drivers, if you go into Port of Spain, there isn't any PH drivers that go to Port of Spain per se. I don't think that there are any PH, really. There are PH drivers that go to Shogunas. And there are some PH drivers that go to Curep, I think. I'm not sure. But the suggestion was made that in this pandemic, you sit in your car and you fill. You allow your passengers will come into your car and you leave the stand. All right? That was the suggestion that's being made. People are saying, okay, if you have a problem with PH drivers, then we're calling on the police to and the traffic wardens. I haven't seen our traffic wardens since this pandemic. I don't know, maybe I'm not in the vicinity to see them. But, so they're asking for better manning of the roads and the taxi stands and stuff like that from the police service. So join me on Facebook now. I want to show you this video of my concern. This is why I'm concerned about the way police officers are handling the public. Police officers are arresting a young man. I don't know why they are arresting him, but they are arresting a young man. He have on no face mask, number one. Number two, his mother has on a face mask, but it's pulled down to her chin. And she's telling the police officers, "That is my son, that is my son." The police officers, and they have on their mask, yes. But the way they're handling the situation, I think, they have to be really careful. It's just my simple suggestion, Okay, and just my simple suggestion. I cannot play the audio because of the content, the language, and the video is not one that I would like. Well, it's not one that we can allow on the airwaves. That's one, two. So I'm going to show you the video. If you come onto Facebook now, I'll show you the video. If you come onto YouTube now, I'll show you the video. So those of you who are on Facebook and on YouTube, you can share the live while we get ready to take some more of your calls in a short bit. So the discussion this afternoon really is about taxi drivers, and we're going to be doing our updates from time to time. You know what I mean? Do some little private investigations and see how different areas are coping with this SOE. So I'm going to have to hire a taxi, hire a driver, and do some investigations on how some of these communities are handling COVID-19. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Pastor, again, brother.
Yes, ma'am.
Pastor, Tabakit, I think a brilliant point that Tabakit made, and the taxi driver that called in, brilliant as well. You see, the whole thing fall down. There's no order, no discipline. If you watch wrong busy corner there, the crib taxi stand, you should go on to the crib. Man walking with ambulance all along the busy corner. The should go on to San Fernando. The fellas walking with ambulance congregating all over there. Everybody hustling. Everybody hustling, congregating is a food fest. It's a jungle. So the boss, and as they say, then they would say they had the PH to deal with. So there's the whole indiscipline fall along and try that. And there's where the corona come and show us that a lot of the systems and things that we have in place that we accept for all those years are no longer acceptable. Right? So Shabonas, for Shabonas, that PH man was around the corner by KFC there, or around the buildings, or by Mario's, or around there by the Eitel man. Right? Hide in there. So if look, use a person to solve. I dropped in a Shabonas car, so at the back of the line. A guy trying to put me, say, I just need one to go. And he in front of the next guy. He wants to take this passenger in front of the brethren and them there. And when I walk up to the car, it's only I alone in the car. Just let the next car before you're full, and the operator order, and everybody go full in tandem and full, and everybody go eat the food in the right way. So the taxi drivers as well is to blame too for the lack of order and the fight on and the greed amongst one another. That is the money culture I talk about. Every man for himself and God for everybody. And that is why the whole place, as I tell you, like a ramful bed sheet, no matter what corner you put in, the thing's still ramful. It's greed. Right? So that's the whole situation. So how you fixing that, Pastor? I would like to know how you fixing that.
I hear you. You see how it go? Hello, good afternoon. Hello. All right, so let me show you this video. I thought I had a caller holding there. All right, so caller, while you making a contribution, I'll put up the video for people to see. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. How are you doing?
Everything cool, man.
All right, see that last caller? I don't know him, but everything that he said is absolutely true. I am a Shogunas, the Port of Spain taxi driver.
Shogunas, the Port of Spain, right?
But I am a newbie.
Okay.
I just came on this team sometime in the end of last year.
Right.
Right, and I have been telling these guys, all they're saying everybody is partners, but everybody cutting up everybody in the line. Who cuts in the line? You understand? If you're full in an order, everybody go eat our food when the day come.
Mm-hmm.
And the work will run smoother and better. You understand? But everybody want to run over by the roundabout, hustle passengers, sometimes, and then to passengers as encouragers. Because sometimes you look on the stand, you have 6 vehicles, and each vehicle has 1 passenger or 2 passengers. That doesn't make sense. So if you are a passenger traveling, you go in the first vehicle available, which is the vehicle at the top of the line. And then once the passengers start to do that, they will have to know that choice, but they will have to conform to that.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You understand? So it's just chaos on the stand there, and what he's saying is absolutely true. You understand? I'm facing it every day. This is what we face with. And now that through the pandemic, things are a bit slower, I would have thought that, they would have come to their senses and say, well, let's do it this way. You understand?
Yeah.
Sometimes when you reach in Port of Spain, you have to wait at least a 2 hours till your turn reach your trip to come back down the road. Whereby if they do it in an order, it will be a fast turnover and everybody will eat their food when the day comes. You understand? But taxi drivers running passengers all down the road. You understand what I'm saying? All by Henry Street, all across the roundabout. And he's not serious. And what he's saying, they shoot. No, I'm a guy, I just sit in my vehicles and the passengers till I reach the top of the line.
Right.
I'm not coming out and jumping no passengers and things like that. If you wish to travel, you travel. Because I just say, Pastor Google, I ain't put nothing out there. What the Lord have for me, nobody could take it from me.
Right.
You understand? What I am to make, I will make.
Yes.
And I bless God and I go home.
Yeah, man.
You understand? I don't up in nobody's face and it is COVID thing and no, you're coming my vehicle. I make you sanitize. You understand? After every trip, I have my Lysol down my van. And I observe the protocol. And they cut off each other and then they go, all are we partners? Don't say that they partners. But then you can't do your partner that. So you all don't want to eat and your partner don't want to eat.
Thank you very much, caller.
You have a blessed day, man.
Yeah, man. So, you see, a caller called in. You see how life is? That taxi driver, you know, call in and he give his experience. If you go onto Facebook and on YouTube now, you'll see the video that have me concerned. I'm very concerned about the way police officers are handling situations. And as I said before, this is COVID-19 and I'm concerned. So if you join me now on Facebook, on YouTube, type in IWER TV, or you go onto Facebook and you type in the Street 919 FM, you look for Constructive Talk, Pastor Google, you're going to see why I'm concerned. And look at the way that the police officers are handling this situation and you'll understand why I am concerned. Very concerned. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, Pastor Google again. I just tried to call him before you show the video. So just to add to the whole taxi situation you're talking about here. What those drivers are saying is so correct, but I want to add some other dynamics into it. Like, for instance, on the sentence taxi stand. There is an order. However, the stand is to go sentence. Sometimes when you go to them, they tell you they're just going wrong the Savannah. Which means to say when them drop you on the Savannah, you have to look for next transport. But it's a sentence stand they on it. Not only that, when 6 o'clock come, you can't get an 8-car driver to go sentence. So what does happen? You just leave them out and you just go with the pickers and them who you know. When you're done and you're out in town 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, whatever, them is the men and them carrying you home and straight home. So that's another factor. Another factor is sometimes the way these taxi drivers must talk to you in the car, the way how they're smelling, the way how they're looking, and how dusty some of them cars. So sometimes it does what I say, me I go in with Tina, let me go with this youth man with the thinker or this elder who does keep the person in order. So all those things are also factors in why we have so much challenges. So it's not just one thing, it's a seven. But you see the sentence assistance,
yes,
where they like to park on it and at a certain time they tell you they're just going along the Savannah.
Yes.
I don't know what they expect sentence people to do when they do that. So that's why we just leave them out and take the P cars and them who just be there first. Okay. That would just happen. So from the time we wait until come here, pop up and you look and you see a P car driver who you know, you close back the H car and you're gone. It just happens.
Yes. Thank you very much. So if you go onto our Facebook and YouTube page now, you're going to see I'm showing a video of a situation with a young man being arrested by police. And his mother is pleading. His mother is the lady in the red T-shirt, the red jersey and the pants on, among the police officers, pleading with them to, let go her son. But I want you to look at how the police are dealing with it. And that's why I'm saying I'm concerned because the young man doesn't have on any face mask. The mother face mask is down off of her face. And they are addressing the situation. But I don't know. I'm just uncomfortable about how it looks. So go onto our Facebook page, the Street 919 FM, and you tell me what you think. Also on our YouTube page, you go on to IWER TV and tell me what you think. Hello, good afternoon.
Pastor Google, good afternoon. Pastor Google, you know I'm a taxi driver, right? You know that. Pastor Google, let me tell you something, eh? People doesn't understand what taxi drivers going through out here, you know. Now they are telling us they carry 2 passengers. We carry the 2 passengers. When we do so, we see a PH man passing with 3 passengers in a car. He walking normal. He parking up in front of the taxi stand, picking up all the passengers while we sit down there 2-3 hours waiting for our trip. How fair? What does it make that we have in our taxi bag? And we walk in our stand, and we have to pack up, and it have even each car drivers doing it too, you know, and you're watching, you sit down in your car, you're watching the police come passing right there, and seeing this thing, and the police does nothing. And even if you go to the police, it's like, instead of they speak to them about it, it's like they want to attack you. Law and order went out of the thing a long time.
So what you're saying is that the suggestions that people are making, right? People are making suggestions. They're saying here what? Allow the police officers to do their job. All right. So we look at it from the aspect of allow the police officers and they to do their job, and we're going to encourage and make as they would say, make a clarion call for officers to do their job. Because if we are in a pandemic and we are seeing, and from all observances, people are saying that here what? We are in a pandemic and taxi drivers are touting, right? They are touting the passengers.
Touting is illegal.
Well, right. So that's what we're saying. So that's why...
It's ridiculous.
Right. So that's why the callers are saying that allow the passengers to come into your car.
You're supposed to do that. No driver is supposed to come out of the stand and actually harass somebody to come into the vehicle. The passenger come to the driver, they ask the driver tell them yes, he's going to XYZ, and he carry them to the location. We're not supposed to be running in front of the next driver and getting on like, you know, some of the foolishness where we, at least we taxi stand, we try to keep it to order. St. James has keep it to order.
But you heard the complaint. You heard one of the complaints from one of the callers about the St. Anne's taxi drivers.
Yes, they does that. I know about that. She's not lying about that at all.
So how the Taxi Drivers Association is planning to deal with that?
If the police like how the police just come and stand and tell hey, because I work there. This is a St. Anne's taxi stand. If you're picking up anybody, you have to go straight St. Anne's. That is the only foolishness and stuff.
Okay.
Because it's a police officer who come there and does that.
Okay, but let me need them to ramp it up a little bit now, especially where it's COVID.
What I'm
and
saying,
SOE.
Pastor Google, it's not easy for a taxi driver to sit down 2-3 hours. And at the end of the day, you know how much I check in my pocket? Here I check 120. Because nobody coming on the taxi stand because which what we located there, which what we is there, we block out. Nobody comes here because kind of walking out to us, they don't get pick up. Nobody knows where we're going to, you know, but we just say, whatever God provide, I say thank God, and I move on with it. We as drivers need to do better. We're not saying no. We need to go to the location the people need to get there. We need to do a little better and help out the situation. The PH men, we understand our families and mind, but sometimes they're really overdo it. So I used to work PH, I never went in front of the taxi stand and do them things with some of them that we want to do. And then when I move on, I said to the security of my passengers, I went and get my H-man. I went through all the procedure. It's not hard to get it done. I hear people that make a whole life skill. It's not hard. And even if you have a criminal record, you could go to the president, you could get the kind of things they could do.
Right.
Have a blessed day, Pastor.
Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor. How are you going?
I am good, so how are you?
Not too bad. Pastor, go listen, I don't know if it was in the days of that, but I remember a long time when you used to have touts for maxi taxis.
Yes.
And especially in Chagonas, there was like an organized touting. There was one person who was in control, and he kept everything in an order. You could not go and break the line. A strange maxi can come in because everybody had somebody assigned to them. So the money was spread between everybody, and there was an order and an understanding even amongst the touts, because it was like a tout or a tout association. You understand? And if it is the touts themselves could have done something like that, I am amazed that we are hearing this problem that the taxi drivers are doing this. And this is one of the problems with the PHL. I know people want to say, oh, but you know the taxi drivers don't go on this. But you see, if you create this order, you will have this order. And yes, for your convenience. And this is one of the big problems that we have in everything, even with the spread of COVID. Because we have people doing things for their convenience. And it creates a disaster. For expediency's sake, we're doing the wrong things. We're making adjustments. We're bending the law. We're breaking the law. Because it's been expedient, we have to accomplish the goal no matter what. And this is why we people want to know how come COVID gets so bad here. Because this is us. We break and bend and manipulate the law as much as we could so we could achieve a goal. Instead of trying to see what is the problem, how can we deal with it and repair it. We just break it and make something else in regards, and then you have instead of one problem, you end up with 2 and 3. It can be fixed. If it is, we put certain things in place, certain things in the law, ensure that if you put in a police there to have it guided properly or whatever you put there, that they are not going to be biased. They're not going to be able to be manipulated by financial gains. And when you do things like that, you will find you will have things to be able to function in an order. And the rhetoric that I heard about, that, you know, if it is you can become an AIDS card, then who will carry you up in the far location. But it's the same people that you just get AIDS now. So it will just change. I know by just touching somebody on the shoulder would make them a knight with a sword, but I didn't know that if a man changed from Peter H, he will stop being able to drive where he used to go. I just find that strange. And your pastor, you have a good day.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon, Mr. Bigo. Mr. Bigo is live with us on video call Trinidad and Tobago. So let me show you all Mr. Bigo.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bigo. Come fix the phone properly, let everybody see you. Right, that is Mr. Bigo.
I was pulling my face.
With a mask on?
No, well, at the time that you put it on, the spoon no come out my mouth.
You have to fix the camera, keep the camera up, let me see your face. Right, that is it there now. What's going on in Tobago?
Tobago, be quiet. You have 1 or 2 people going about the business, going to the grocery, the market, but the town is like a shanty town, like the Wild Wild West. It's like I hear her talking about PH drivers and taxi drivers. Pastor Google in Tobago here, when you come, we have more than 1 taxi stand, but we only have like 3 taxi stand really active. You have one as you come off the port. You have 2 sets of vehicles. One does be going Crown Point and one does be going to like Bethel side. And they does line up. That's the H cars. They does line up, and you're giving the passengers the opportunity to come in your vehicle. Them not really, like how they say, tout passengers. They line up. I will have a favorite driver. I will look on the stand to see if I see the driver who I'm comfortable driving with. If I don't see them, I will go and sit down to the next driver who's looking to leave. Likewise, there is a P taxi stand, right? And they cooperate, they help for one another vehicles. When I'm going home, like for instance, I live Plymouth. when you go on the taxi stand, they go say, well, all right, look at man, they just one. You will sit down in his vehicle. It's the same thing with the young boys and them who flying the taxi for Plymouth. They helpful one another vehicles. It's not a fight down, so why them can't do the same? You understand? When it meets a certain time in the night, you can't get an H taxi to go home late in the night. It's only in Trinidad you're hearing you're not getting 8 vehicles, but you do get 8 vehicles to go home late in the night in Tobago. Likewise, P vehicles. So, you know, we have a little cooperation here. Everybody does look out for one another. Them in Trinidad are too greedy. So if the age vehicles in Trinidad take a pattern from the P vehicles also, because I just be in Trinidad also, when you want to go home at a certain time, you really don't see a H car. Yeah, the H car is a P car you go see, and the distance that a P car will go, a H car not going. And that does be some of them problem, Pastor Google. That does be some of them problem. But here in Tobago, we going pretty all right, even though the little cases kind of trickling up. We have 6 COVID deaths in Tobago. Well, I hear the lockup must be about 7 of them for flouting the curfew. Thank God there's not one of my children because I will have beat them sillily. What you're doing outside, you're supposed to be inside. But we all right in Tobago for now. We trying to... Tobago people is very well behaved. Trinidadians need to take a pattern.
Have a good afternoon, Mr. Beagle.
Same to you, my dear, and meet home safe. They want to hire me to pick you up and carry you home, say we meet home safe.
It's all right. All right, eh? Have a good one, eh? All right. Goodbye. Goodbye. How our wife, you know? Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Pastor Google, Trinidad and Tobago. Well, Pastor Google, my 57.5 years old, right? I know realize all these years the kind of people we is as Trinidadians and I understand? But what is surprised me is when the government say that they're bringing the SOE. You know everybody fall in line. Did they know that the SOE now? Did they know what that SOE give? Look, I telling you, Arima Pastor Google is dead. Coming up to the Hawkins side. That whole area there goes straight Talparo.
So then what going on with San Fernando people then? What going on in South?
That all areas are different quality, you understand? And as far as I consider, now with that Talparo, right, they will be a citizen, and I want to compliment them for that then. You understand? Because as far as I know, we have much of the virus in our constituency. People are here into the road. Look, I live in the country, Pastor Google, and I telling you right now, they have nobody outside on the road. It have a shed with line. It have nobody in the shed. The people are here into the road. But what make it worse, Pastor Google, is when the virus hit home, which means then, if I get the village living in them, people must get the act together one time. Because it happened to us in our area right now then. Right? Someone have the virus, I call a name, and when people get on the virus then, right? You know, everybody fall in line, they're wearing their masks, you haven't seen them on the road, right? And then the SOE come and more or less put everything into perspective. So I could say for sure, in Talparo, the people are there into the rules, and on the taxi stand now, the people and them that are maxis, the maxis in front of full force, right? The people in the foot travel know what's going on there. So the maxi in front, he had a full force, and then the other maxi behind them. And all the maxis carry all the passengers, which by the doorstep then. So not listen because this maxi are going here, they're traveling the maxi now. All the maxi does that. And the taxi also, the full taxi line does full. That does happen in our area then. So the taxi stand them, they have an order, they have nobody talking at all, and the people are listening to the government rules and regulations, because all of us want to keep this virus, bring it down so we can come back to some sense and know what's possible. So I just reported
on la route à Paro, the taxi start with the maxes and the taxis, and how the people in our constituency are behaving them. I give them thumbs up for that possible. So you take care and have a blessed and be safe out there.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to my brother Google.
Hey.
Google.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah, you're saying a real taxi driver calling you now.
Talk to me.
But here what happened, I had a BD system. You see, right now the border's closed. I just transport to it. So I pack up a taxi and I work in a Pika right now because if the citizens want Pika, it's Pika they're going to get. Because they say when they can't get a taxi, they just get a Pika. Because the Pikas have rules and regulations. You could work for a certain time, you have to rest and then come back out. So when the people saying, well, you come out at a certain hour and you go on and rest, and the people saying that they can't get the taxis, there's a reason why it's BD system. So I have two cars now, a taxi and a Pika. And right now the taxi parker because the citizens want Pika, and his Pika they will get a gun.
This sound like village.
It is village.
Village, behave yourself now.
No, but I tell you that what the citizens want, they want everything wrong. When you're doing the right thing in this country, they're being crucified.
But village, what do you think about the suggestion, though?
I listen to the suggestion.
The suggestion is to avoid the taxi drivers huddling together, taxi drivers, whatever, just sit down in the vehicle and the taxi stand and allow yourself to be filled.
Yes, but when the people, the passengers crossing between the taxis and jumping the Pika, what you will do, sit down for 2 hours to wait for a trip?
No, if you were listening, the suggestion is that you need the police to be a little more vigilant and they need the police to come out and help them to adhere to the laws.
Google, I'm going to say something. And before I make it, I want to make it the radio station. So this is not the views of the radio station, nor the talk show host. But I will say that taxi drivers, the police, and then just allow the Pikas, because they have a lot of Pikas on the road, and pressure the taxi drivers on them. That's why I use this disclaimer one time. This is not the views of the radio station, nor the talk show host. This is village talking. Other taxi driver. And guys how it is and it's that are gone.
All right. Taking a call, 342-0081-771-1791. We're hearing from taxi drivers. We're hearing from passengers. And I'm going to take this call. Hello, good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon again to you, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon, sir.
Oh, yeah, very interesting. I love the editorial. I love the topic. A lot of discipline. Let's go there. You see, the thing about it, if I have to put law and order, and I'm using it in a general sense in the conversation. So if I have to bring law and order, and if I have to supervise a particular entity, and if I, Tabakit, have 6 vehicles on the road, but now I have to charge you, will I not put a blind eye and look left? Second, let's go there. The thing about it, according to the government services, you ought not to have any extra job at the side or any age vehicle. So the question I beg this evening, how come Tabakit now could get these license on his name, but yet still I'm working with the authority to charge? You see, I want to be very careful. Flow with me, think with me, understand where I'm going. So something is not right here. So again, Tabakit want to police the entire taxi stand. But at the side, I have 6 taxis working. You see the problem? So to the end of the day, it's a catch-21-22 situation. Understand where I'm going. So I want to implement the law, but I have to watch the H and all the other peacocky eye because I have 6 vehicles on the road. And it's against the law that as long as you're working national security or any other ministry, you cannot get a H license. So then corruption left, right, and center. So we would now understand when we look at touting and having the H car sit, the taxi driver, sit in his or her vehicle, we now starting to understand where the real problem is. So to the end of the day, it's a lawless society, and that is what responsible for spreading the corona. Tabakit out and out.
All right, Mr. Tabakit, I hear you, sir. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. Pastor Google, what I want to say now, I'm a Pika driver.
Right.
And what I look at in the areas where, like the dangerous areas where they call high-risk areas, who H cars you get to go in these areas? No H car in going in these places. The Pika taking a risk by doing a service for the people who outside there, which the H car lock off 8 o'clock. Nobody to drop you home, but they only down in and Pika like if it's a crime. We, Pika, eta people works nowhere. Ain't getting no job, and a little Pika, they can make a little hustle instead of going to thief and rob people. So why everybody against the Pika and them, like if the Pika and them does do such crime by taking people home in the night, 12 o'clock, when nobody do. I have partners who work Pika and die, get killed. You understand? Dropping people home. And these H cars and them not doing these things. But the down in and the Pika, like if the Pika are doing something so bad, I know well, I know well, normally, well, it's something where we could say it's wrong in a sense like we not age badge and these things. But the thing is that Pika is a thing that's taken wherever you want to go. When an H car dropping you outside your area, the Pika taking you home. So not to say well the Pika so bad that the way people has be donging on Pika. If it had no Pika, you feel them H car was dropping people home?
I hear you. I hear you, caller. Thank you very much. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon, sir.
Be here. Honestly, good afternoon to my partner village, all the taxi drivers, all the PH drivers, all the passengers. I really wasn't going to call in because this topic is like a recurring decimal. I have no solution for it. And when myself, Torman, and a couple other brothers came up with a solution for this problem, right, it was shut down. Now, whilst everybody, I like the idea of people sitting in a car and waiting, well, drivers sitting in a car and waiting for passengers to come to them, that is a very good idea. Instead of touting and trying to get passengers to go in your vehicle whilst your vehicle's to the back of the line or in the middle of the line, allow the guy in front of full person, then you move on, you go up and everybody get a full chance. That's how it's supposed to be.
But there's a reason why the suggestion is the statement is being made now more than ever. The statement is being made now more than ever because we are in a pandemic and we don't want the taxi drivers and they huddling up together and rushing passengers to come into your vehicle. That is why that suggestion is being made to try to deal with, to clamp down on that kind of, you are a passenger.
I understand. I understand what you're saying. I understand what it's supposed to be, right? Now, I just want to talk about a little bit because how we went down a PH road, right? Now, I was the vice president of the Alternative Auxiliary Drivers Association, which is just another name to same PH, right? And what we did a census across the country, even in Tobago, and I want to get afternoon to Mr. Tobago, my friend. We did a census through the country, right? And we realized there was a flaw with regards to public transport in the country, which make it get a loophole for PH drivers, right? The age system, right now as it is, as it currently is, needs to change to benefit age drivers and to make working taxi with that age badge more attractive, right? The problem with this is that a lot of rural communities start popping up all over the place without a taxi stand. Let's take, for instance, Sour, right? We all know Port of Spain, Sour have a taxi stand. However, when the passengers return to Sour, right, there are 10 different taxi stands well, not taxi stands. There are 3 taxi stands and 10 different places to go in Sour. So you have the Aranguez El Chico taxi stand, right? And you also have the Santa Cruz taxi stand. However, there is now 5 PH taxi stand in Sour, which is the Lavantiro taxi stand, which is not a stand, it's just cars pull up along that street. It have the Maraches taxi stand, which is also not a stand. It have the Santa Cruz Old Road taxi stand, which is not a stand. It have a My Tower stand, which is not a stand. It even have a Sunshine stand, which is not a stand. It's just cars just going on these particular places and picking up passengers. Mobile Junction is not really a stand either, but it have mobile cars parked by Mobile Junction. But the speakers who created that stand. So we have a lot of speakers popping up all over in rural community, dropping people home, right, with no stand. How do we get these people now to become taxis, and how do we get them to be legitimate taxi drivers and form an association where they can get a particular stand, but to say, well, this designated road or this designated street is now a taxi stand. Now, years ago when Twin City housing scheme pop up, there wasn't no taxi stand for Twin City. It's some years after when the mall bill, right, they realized. By the way, until some men came together and said, we form a taxi service and taxi stand, and that was a perfect opportunity for us to do this across the board throughout Trinidad and Tobago. So now, what we are trying to do, we're trying to stop PH cars from flying on existing taxi stands like Chagonas, Port of Spain, St. Anne's, Maraval, and allow them now to do the rural transportation to job the people who live in the community like Beetham, Pisgalan, Laventille, you know, because these places now didn't have a stand. You understand where I'm coming from? I hope you understand where we're going here. So now that we have PH drivers working places where don't have a stand and don't have an existing association, they start to pop up on the stand where other taxis working and interfering with their hustle. So now you have all the PH drivers saying, get rid of PH, get rid of PH, get rid of PH. When all we had us to do was put a situation, and this was in our plan, put something in place whereby a man can be regularized and identified as a PH rural taxi. Which means when the maxi taxis drop you by a particular corner, you have people living quite up the hill, a PH car will now take you there to drop you home. Now, with regards to the loopholes in the whole system, a lot of people realize, well, wait now, this PH thing is a big business. So a lot of men who have money buy 4 and 5 cars and give man car to work. Now, at the end of the day, it's against the law. But you don't understand what is happening. PH is providing a service, right? And the reason why it's difficult to lock down the PH and stop them, if you do that, you will have a backlog of people trying to go home in Port of Spain and all over the Campananda and all over the country. That will now be a chaos situation, because let's face it, the buses and them is not transporting people efficiently, and we also don't have a proper running public transport. So PH is now a necessity in our communities. So we have to now work out a plan and sit down and let the brains come together and show them how this could work, coincide with H drivers, where the H man can live and the PH man could also survive.
All right. Thank you.
Plenty of the taxi drivers feel there's a God above the cell. That is why they complain about the PH taxis. Because if it wasn't for the PH taxi, plenty time we ain't reach home. By the time 4, 5 o'clock, all the H taxis, they disappear. And thank God for PH taxis. Drive, you're going up the hill. Now I ain't going there. Drive, you're going. If it have 10 taxis on the stand, you're going down to everyone. And they all blank. You know I'm not going up there. See if you get somebody else. Try the next one. So when they get in pressure now, they shouldn't complain, because once they had a H license, they feel they're above board and they treat us worse than the PH.
All right. I'll have to leave it here, Trinidad and Tobago.
Heavy, good day. Santa Cruz have a legit taxi stand out by the St. Mary's Bakery. Legit taxi stand. I don't know about the rest of them, but Santa Cruz have a legit taxi stand.
All right, thank you very much. I thought I could play this
Pastor
one.
Google, and the next thing is how you could be a taxi driver, a age car taxi driver, working in a district, and you saying you ain't going here.
If you know the song, wait in the shop. I could see it. Yeah. Sometimes I sit and think about all that you've done. Think about your faithfulness and you sent your only son. Then I realized that there is none can compare to Jesus. Every single thing you've done. So I say, with all of my heart and all of my soul, I worship you, oh God. Lord, come down and take control, yeah, 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 yeah. With all of my heart and all of my soul, I worship you, sweet Jesus, yeah. Lord, come down and take control, yeah. You clean up my heart and my mind, give me joy all of the time. You make me feel so sweet inside. I know, Lord, you're always mine, and I know until the end of time. I love you, sweet Jesus, so divine. With all of my heart and all of my soul, I worship you, oh God. Lord, come down and take control, yeah, 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 yeah. With all of my heart and all of my soul, I worship you, oh Jesus, now. Lord, come down and take control,